Hotel family, this is your brother God Nollywood Jr. coming to you with another exclusive video program. And of course, um, today's topic is a love song for Latasha Harlins. Um, for those that don't remember who Latasha is, she was the young girl, age 15, that got shot over a orange juice, $2, a $2 orange juice in a Korean store. In 1991, and the woman who shot her was a Korean woman named, or Asian woman named Soon Ja-do. So, and I was watching this. The thing is, I was watching this documentary, and I didn't know the full story of how that came about. And I was really shocked of what I've heard in this documentary. In this documentary, her friend, she's of course she's much older, but she talks about what happened and how things, how the culture, how things went down back in the early 90s. And I'm definitely what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to play a video where Latasha Harlins, her friend, Latasha's friends, that she speaks about this, about her experience, and you could hear for yourself what went on, and the things that the things that in her, and she'll tell you about her experience as well. I got my brother, brother Bakari on there. Brother Bakari, give a little shout out. Introduce yourself.
Peace, my brother. Peace to everybody in the chat. I thank you for having me. I thank you for having me on your panel, my man. This should be a very interesting topic. It's one of the topics that I'm going, because it's almost like what I call short-term memory. I got that from an elder brother of mine, and that's what it's like. Black people have is short-term memory. We don't remember the things that has happened to us or the people that did it, but we still want to go and be a part. So I'm just ready for the show to get started.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. And I definitely, because I just want to, and I'm glad you on this panel, because I want you to tell me and of course the audience about your experience, or what have you or what have you heard while you was in California. I don't know if you was in LA, or I don't know what part of California, but I know you have heard some things, or maybe you have experienced some things doing it in the 90s. But I would love to hear your experience of what it's like in California. So like when Latasha, rest in peace to her, rest in peace to that young girl. She was only 15 years old. She was a baby. Actually, she was almost my age. You know what I'm saying? I was 16 years old when that story hit. You know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you for coming on, Brother Bakari. And rest in peace to Latasha Harlins. because this is a throwback. Because like you said, short-term memory. People just quickly forget about the past, and I want people to never forget. We should never forget. You know what I'm saying? And and this program is relevant today. It's very relevant today. So I'm going to play a video. And this is Latasha Harlins' friend. And I want people to listen to what she says. Just listen to what she says about her experience during that time, during the time when she found out her friend got murdered. So here we go. Let me screen share this real quick because I want to screen share this because this is the topic. Just give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna screen share this real quick. Okay, here we go. All right, where's that at? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now listen to what she says.
You want to go? Because we just woke up. I was up ready to go to the movies with Latasha, but she was already gone. My grandmother asked me to go get some orange juice. So I don't want to go get no orange juice. You trust you? Let me go get the orange juice. But I wish I would have went. I think Latasha passed in the morning hours because it was breakfast time. But the detectives didn't get to our grandmother's house until the afternoon. I remember they came. I was dressed. Christina was at the house. Trail was at the park. So my grandmother told me to go run and get Trail. He was in the gym playing basketball. And I remember walking up to him. I was like, man, they killed her. I remember pulling him, talking about, let's go. Something happened. Let's go. We both ran back home. All hell broke loose then. Word got around that a young black girl got shot over $1.79 of orange juice. Everybody just broke down. Everybody. Went to the store. It was hot that day. I got something to drink. I had left my bag on the side. I said, okay, y'all ain't got to shoot me. I'm just coming in to get this and get out. And the lady looked at me. She said, oh, you heard about what happened to the little girl? And I'm like, yeah. Didn't know it was my friend. However, my parents knew. I didn't know that it was her. Because I had saw her probably the day before because she was excited they were going to the movie. Go to the park. I see Trail, and he's crying. He's got tears down his face, and he's got Latasha's jacket on, holding the candle, and I thought, she don't let him wear her gangster jacket. What's up with that? And he looked at me, looked up, but he was so hurt, he kept doing what he was doing, so I didn't pay no mind. Why nobody was going to go home? Got home in my own little world, and my dad comes in. He said, I know you heard about the young lady that got shot over an orange juice. He said, well, at this point, it's all over the news. I can't hide that from you any longer because this is something where it's going to get out of hand, and it's going to get out of hand before anybody can get a real good hold on it. So as he's talking to me, it comes on TV. I feel right. And I saw it. I never knew what terror was until I saw it. And they playing that video over and over. And I can only think to myself, there was an incident a few months prior where I went into the store with my mom. My mother had paid for some candy bars. And she said, okay, I'm going to go back outside. I need you to go back in there and get your brother a candy bar. So I go back into the store. I had the bag. The receipt was in the bag. I get the candy, and I have my head down because I'm counting my money. There was a hooker in the store. And she said, hold on. Her mama outside. I'm going to go get her mama. I'm going to go get her mama. I look up, and the lady got the gun cocked. And I'm looking down this barrel. My mom runs into the store. And she said, she paid for this. Here's the receipt. Here's the money for this candy bar. Tybee, let's go. You tell your friends, do not come back to this store because this woman's going to kill somebody. This was something that we got used to. You get used to it. And what people don't realize is that wasn't the first time that lady tried to pull something on one of the kids in that neighborhood. And I remember telling Tasha a few days later, I said, yeah, my mom said don't go back to that store. You know, she pulled that gun out again. And Tasha was like, oh, you know, she always doing that, but she never pulled the trigger. So don't trip. She just do that to scare us. So I didn't think about it. But when I saw what I saw on TV, I felt bad because I was like, I told her. Why didn't she listen? I had that bad feeling like something. This lady's gonna do something. I just don't know what it is. And every time we go into that store, whether it's me, whether it was her, whether it was Shanice, whether it was any of the other kids in this neighborhood, we always had to go in there like, just be prepared. You're going to get hit with something. It's just what they're going to call us Mondays this time, or they're going to follow us around the store, or they're going to just cut us out just because. But I saw that, and I shut down. I shut down for a long time.
Just wanted to play that. Let me get my thoughts, and I'm gonna hand the mic to Brother Bakari. Let me screen share this real quick. That was her friend. What got me was, here's a people that just comes from another country. And this is what they was doing to our children. What bothered me was the sister said this is something that we was used to. How many times did this chink pull a gun on our babies? But what really bothered me of the mindset of our people, that they allowed this to happen. Once that bitch put a gun to our children's face like that, they should have shut that. Black people should have just shut that store down and every other store. They should have ran them out of the neighborhood. But they let it go. She said that was something that we was used to. And I'm that's what got me, because I'm just like, how did Black people allow this to happen? Why would you get comfortable of some other race of people? And it's bad enough that we have no problem putting a gun in each other's face, but then you got another race of people pulling guns on our children. You had another race of people pulling guns on our babies. And our people just let it go. The only time they did something when this young sister she gets killed. And I'm a little disappointed because the young sister said, "Oh, she's always doing that. She's not going to shoot nobody. She's just doing it to scare people." But it's wrong. The girl said she was just counting her money, and then she looks up and then she see this woman putting had a gun in her face. That got to be frightening. I could never go back in these stores. I'm sorry. I don't care how thirsty I am. I don't care how hungry. I could not have gone back into those stores. Damn a boycott. They should have shut it down. They said, you know what? Either you're gonna have to get out. You're gonna have to get out the community, or we're gonna destroy the store. They should have gave them 24 hours. You could not do that. You think you could not do that to any other race of people? You think we'll get away with that? If we was in Korea and some kids came and some Korean kids came or some yellow kids came or any yellow people came in there and we put the gun on their face, do you honestly think we would have got away with that? They had no respect for us. But we allowed that to, and that's what got me is that she said this is something that we was used to. That got me right there. I could never go back into that store after something happened. Like if I experienced it, I could never go back to that store. I said I'm not going back. I would just take my ass whipping or whatever. I'm not going back or none of those stores. That's frightening. That got to be a frightening. As a teenager, as a young teenager, I got to be frightened. But it's amazing. The mindset of our people, we just allow that to happen. And the only time we do something about it, somebody has to die. The girl should have, Latasha should have still been here. There's no excuse. Brother Bakari, what was your thoughts?
You know, when I heard her talking, I can think about today. Go back a couple years. How many times you saw Vietnamese whipping black women ass and they started doing their nails? Look at the one in New York where the man hit the woman across the head with the stick, where the Korean man punched the woman in her face in Oklahoma. And when I heard that young lady talking, that's her friend, you know, should have been stopped going to the store. It's like it's okay for us to be disrespected in our mind. It's like I believe sometimes it's we feel we're not being treated right if we're not being abused, right? So then we march and we do. So, you know, with the riots and all of that, nothing still happened to those people that owned that store. They still didn't hurt those people. And I'm going to tell you, right, like I'm not a big proponent of tearing up the store. And the reason I say that is because I can go tear it and burn it down. Now I'm just, okay, they got $2 million worth of insurance on it. So now they're going to get that money from insurance, right? Her wig should have been split. Her wig should have been split. It was an example that needed to be made in that situation. But I think we have been studied, right? Black people. We have been studied more than Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, Allah, Buddha, and any other you can think about that's written in books. African people have been studied, so people know what we are going to do. Now, did you know that there were some people during their ride went and protected some of those Korean stores to make sure the Koreans put up black owned. People knew it was not black owned. Black people went talking about they were good people, don't tear up your neighborhood, right? They need to be torn up. We tore up the city. We tore up where we lived, all of the buildings. But those same people still had businesses there. Those same people, if they didn't have business there, they got between $2 and $5 million. I'm willing to bet you worth of insurance money. People come in our neighborhood and create generational wealth. Treat our people like that, and we don't do anything about it. We don't do a damn thing about it. It's about time for some examples to be made. I'm not telling nobody to go kill nobody, but I'm gonna say it like this: it's time for examples to be made. They say violence begat violence, right? They say the Bible say, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." So I take that as, if you do unto me first, that means that's what you want me to do unto you. That's how I see it, right? But we have too much. We like to talk about our moral compass, which us focusing on our moral compass leave us going through this. That was when? What year was that? 1991. I can't hear you.
Yes, brother
What year
Carr,
was that?
91.
1990?
1991.
Yeah, 1990. Yeah. Think about it. What's that?
Oof.
30,
20 years
30
ago? That
years
was
later?
30 years, yeah. Yeah.
Think about it. 30 years later, we are still going through the same thing with these same yellow people, right? And I'm telling everybody now, I showed it on the video about what they're doing in New York. Remember when I showed how the cops was teaching the Asian community self-defense? So now they are also loosening up the handgun law, and I'm going to show that too, right on my next. In LA, they are doing the same thing, going to the Asian community, teaching self-defense, and you can have guns. And what we need to understand, white people going to say they are not doing it anymore. They are prepping and coaching these same yellow people that did it to Latasha. They want our daughters to be the next Latasha. That's what they want. It's time for a change. KW Don put in a chat, we haven't boycotted yet. I don't think we need to boycott. I think we need to completely say we're not going. Don't someone come to our neighborhood and we're going to boycott so they can treat us better. No, get them from over here by any means necessary.
Right.
Damn, if you don't want to physically fight back, economically fight, don't give them your money. What are we willing to sacrifice for our people? I get it, Mike.
Brother Bakari, that's facts. I 100% agree with you. Brother Bakari, let me ask you one question. When you was in LA, what was it like over there for the for the time that you was over there? And did you experience these things, or did you hear from friends about these yellow people doing this to our people like that? What was your experience over there in LA or in California?
Okay, because I was in Southern California, but I wasn't in LA. I was about 60 miles from LA. But from what I've heard when I was out there, you would hear people talking about the way our people get treated, the lack of respect. Where I was in a place called San Bernardino, which is part of the Inland Empire, I didn't see many Asian businesses where I was. That don't mean there wasn't none. I just didn't see them. You know, I went into once I got there, the little circle that I knew and where I used to go, that was basically like it for me, right? But I would hear people talk about the way they were treated. And I've been looking for this, and I was looking for it for your show this evening and can't find it. If you go back and look around that time, late 80s up until this, right? This happened, Rodney King, right? It was a couple of black people who used to go out at night with the big VHS recorder and was recording. And you know, and I learned this when I was living out there. They had made it the news a couple times. It was recording how cops would treat black people and how other people was treating black people, right? But for me, it's getting to the point of shit. That's all we can do is complain about somebody treating you bad. Because if it was me or you or Erica or KW Don or Hard Code, they would not be recording talking about look how bad we're being treated. What they would be doing, they would be strapping up, driving by.
That's right.
You understand? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they would be doing. But yes, like I said, it was the guy he was recording. I was looking for that because at one time it was on YouTube. But yeah, but that what he did to get people in trouble with some black people to show them the mistreatment of black people that he was actually in LA. They would go out at night and they would record. Yeah.
Wow. That's deep. So it's you know, and you know, this isn't, and people don't want to check out the documentary, The Love Songs for Latasha is on Netflix. Check it out. It's a very short film. Because I didn't know the whole background of the situation. But for her to say this is something that we had to get used to, that bothered me. You know, I'm tired of black people got to get used to certain all this mistreatment. I'm tired of that. I'm just tired of that. You know, no other race of people would tolerate that crap. Latasha would have still been alive if black people just said, you know, oh, when the first time when they start following our babies in the store and they putting guns in our children's face, they should just say, you know what, you got 24 hours to leave this neighborhood, or we doing all of y'all. We doing all of y'all. But Brother Bakari, what really bothered me, the second thing that bothered me, was she said they finally showed the let me just pull up these comments. Right. That's true, Erica. We are afraid of the consequences. Why? Why we got to be afraid? You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing. This fear bullshit. I'm tired of that. We supposed to be fearless, but that's true. Yep. Yep, that's true. Anybody wish that? Yep, that's true. I agree on that. Just put out people's comments so I won't forget, because I got some more videos I want to share. Yeah, hardcore. What you said is true. What you said is funny but true. Black people afraid of straight hair. That's facts. Facts. Yeah, that's right. But the second thing that got me was, she said when they finally showed the video, the media just kept playing it over and over again. And again, that's another fear tactic, to use that for black people to be afraid. And I'm going to say this, and this is what I've been saying this in my earlier videos. When you have our own people, and they supposed to be so-called B1, so-called pro-black, but they always keep showing white people doing things, or they're not showing white people mistreating us, they showing yellow people mistreating us. And they keep showing every program, that's what they keep showing. Because I guess, in my opinion, they want to be this black messiah. Well, if you're afraid, just subscribe to my channel. I save you. They want to be the black Jesus. But you're hurting your people psychologically. So I'm going to show you. They made two movies. They made a movie of the situation. And then I'm going to show you the actual video. And I'm going to show you what the Hughes brothers, what they did. Letting you know that it's, hey, what happened if the tables was reversed?
Hey, can I say something right quick before you get into that?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Shoot.
Touch on something you said, right? How we have to get used to living like slaves, like runaway slaves. That's what we are. So that's why you had some people want to show you their freedom papers. Or if we scream, if we just get rid of anything else and just say we're American, we will be validated. All of that is hoping that people will call the dogs off of us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't wear a hoodie. Don't put your hand in your pocket in the store outside. But we're going to have to step to these people. Like the one guy, he took his crew up to the police station. And he was talking something that happened. And he said it ain't going to happen here no more. More of us than y'all. And there was about 10 black men walking there with their vest strapped up. It ain't going to happen no more. Where that brother at, right? Mm-hmm. But see, when I did that here, everybody got away from me. When they said, don't put your hood on your head. Kids shouldn't put hood on their head. Shouldn't put their hands in their pocket when it's cold outside. I looked at my son and my daughter, put your hood on your head. Now I wish one of you motherfuckers, pardon my French on your channel, I wish one of you MNFers would say something to my kids about having a hood on their head. They ain't breaking no law. I said, what y'all need to do is stop going in these damn stores. Stop letting people like these people who standing up here talking now talk for y'all. Because if you mess with any of mine, it's going to be problems. Mm-hmm. And I meant every word of it. Said it in the city council meeting. When Erica said we're afraid of the consequences, you know, I was pulled over about 4 or 5 days a week for about a year. After standing up. But I wouldn't worry about them messing with me. Because it ain't nothing they can do to me that ain't been done to black folk. Mm-hmm. But guess what they don't know? It's some things black folk can do that we ain't done yet. Mm-hmm. They can't do nothing else. We can. And that's how we have to see it. You got to stand up to these bastards. And it's just that damn simple. Mm-hmm. And stop giving all these damn yellow folks, Arabs, Eastern, stop giving them bastards your money. I yield the mic. Mm-hmm.
It's facts. And that's our problem right there. We're not afraid of each other. We'll say the most degrading things to each other. Right? We'll talk about, I've heard black men. And let me give you a quick story before I show the video. And I was hanging out with a couple of fellas. So this was a few years, maybe a couple of years ago. And I saw this beautiful, beautiful dark-skinned sister. She had an afro. And this one dude, he's a coon. And I said, "What? Damn, she's fine. This and that. This, she's cute. I like her hair. This and that, and I mean, it just fits her face. Cute, beautiful woman." He started talking about this. He started talking about how her hair is nappy and all this other stuff. So I said, but what's wrong with her hair? What's wrong with her hair? What's wrong with her hair? And let me tell you, and I realized when you have black men that attack sisters' natural hair, to me, I think they're a Fruit Loop. I think they're a Fruit Loop because real men, we don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. We don't give a damn. If she's cute, if she's beautiful, fine. Her hair, we ain't looking at her hair. We looking at how we gonna get with her. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you have black men start attacking our sisters like that and their crown, I have to. So I didn't deal with him. I was like, you know what? You got to get away from me, dude, because you're really pissing me off. Because there's nothing wrong with that sister, and he you know, you could tell he ain't no, this dude ain't no model. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a piece of crap, and then you're gonna attack our own women like that. So you got a lot of weak men out here, a lot of our weak men out here that that afraid to if they could attack their own sisters like that, they're not willing to fight. They're not willing to fight. Because if they was willing to fight, Latasha would have still been alive. Latasha would have still been alive. The only time now you have, and it was the Bloods and Crips that got together. It was mostly the gangs that really started to pop off when their sister got killed like that. But like you said, a lot of these, like I said, brother, and I commend you for standing up because we need more brothers like you. You know what I'm saying? We need more brothers like you, man. But you got to stand up. You got to stand up. You got to protect your dignity and your pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, you got to protect your dignity and pride. You know what I'm saying? But you did the right thing. You did the right thing. So it's really sad when you got our these weak dudes out here are willing. We'll go hard on each other, but when it comes down to other races of people who mistreat us almost every day, who look down on us every day, they don't do nothing to them. And like you said, they rather march and hold hands and kumbaya and all this other stuff, but they're not willing to fight. They're not willing to fight. So, and it's sad. It's pathetic. So, getting back to when the sister said, well, they kept showing, of course, because that, of course, because it's like you said, it's fair. It's fair. If I don't give him my money, I don't want to think. I don't think. I don't want to. I don't want the enemy to think that I'm hateful. And let me say this. I want to make this perfectly clear. Just because you don't support something doesn't mean it's hate. I don't support the LGBT, but why they always try to have this thing where because you don't support something, you're being hateful. No, I just don't support it. It don't do nothing for me. It don't work for me. It might work for you, but it don't work for me. But that's how they get you. Or you don't support, like you don't support the LGBT, so you must be you're hateful. No, I don't support that lifestyle. I just don't support it. I never said I hated anything. But a lot of people like to put words in people's mouths. So that's the new thing they do on us. When we don't support something, it's equal to hate. But other races, when they don't support something, that's a good thing. That becomes a choice. That becomes, okay, you'll support, that becomes respected. But when we don't support something, or you're being hateful, I hate that. But you know what? Then I tell people, because our own people, they do it, because I get that from my own people too. I noticed that. I told this one sister, I said, I don't support the LGBT. Oh, so you homophobic? What? Wait a minute. Why I gotta be homophobic? How come I just can't support? I just don't want to support it. It don't do nothing for me and my people. But this is what they say, because they got caught up into that bull. But like you said, like Hardcore said, and like Erica Howard, they're afraid of the consequences, and it's based off of fear. And that's how they got us since slavery. Right, exactly. So I'm going to show this video, and Brother Bakar, I would like to hear your thoughts on this when I'm about to show. Black people call me racist all the time. Hate and love is both emotions. That's right. If it's okay to love, means it's okay to hate. That's true. And those Christians, they all like Brother Bakar. Brother Bakar, do me a favor? Could you put the quote in the Bible for all the Christians? How God said it's the time to hate, it's the time to love, time for peace, and time for. Could you put that quote in the comment section, please, brother? I really appreciate that. I'm up and put it in capital letters. Put it in capital letters so I can blow it up for all those religious fanatics out there. Yeah, that's right. It's a Jedi mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick. That's all it is. So let me screen share this real quick. Here we go. Just give me a second. I'm just going to share this real quick. Now, this is the movie. They did a movie on what happened to Latasha. Then I'm going to show you the real video. The real video, how she kept saying, they kept playing over and over and over again. Here we go. It's only 2 minutes, not long. Okay, here we go. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to get this enlarged real quick. This thing, okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, there you go. Over 50 and fabulous. How you doing? Thanks for coming through. Okay, the alphabet bandits are killing us off too. Yes, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Facts. Oh yeah, they did. I didn't know it either. I didn't know either until when I looked at, I was a little trying to find more information of the situation. I was like, oh, they did a movie about this. Yeah, they're called Kings. Yep, you're right. That's what they call named Kings. Yeah. Here we go. All right, let me just put that down.
You're trying to steal my orange juice. No, I'm not. You're trying to steal this. I'm trying to pay for it. You're trying to steal my orange juice. Robbery and shooting
at South Figueroa. Robbery suspect down.
Now! Now! That girl was there a minute, and she was gone the next, but I didn't fire the gun.
What did you do then?
I shook the gun.
She says she shook the gun. I'm gonna put her in hell.
Don't fuck with me! Go for it! Stay down! Get down! Get down!
The security camera caught the dispute. Store owner Sunja Du thought 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was going to steal some orange juice.
Well, there you have it. Jesus Christ. Keep calling me. I don't know why this person keep calling me. All right. So that's yeah. And Latasha, even she said, her friend said, she said, oh, remember she said her friend said, oh, she's just doing it to scare people. Remember she said, oh, don't worry, but she told her friend, oh, don't worry, that's what she does. She do the skipper. That's why she turned around like that. Even when that evil bitch had the gun in her, and she had a gun in her face. So when Natasha just turned around like, oh, you ain't gonna shoot me. You always do that. And she as you can see, they shot. Now that's just the movie. Now I'm going to show you the real video that her friend said they kept playing it over and over in the news. And the funny thing that she had a camera. She had a camera. So I didn't even know why she did that anyway. She had a camera. All she got to do is, if she felt that this girl stole something, she could have just taken it to the police or whatever, let the police analyze it. So I didn't understand why would she shoot that girl like that? You know, that didn't make no sense. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So let me show you this one. This is the actual video. It might be a little blurry, but let me screen share this real quick. Okay, give me 1 second. This is the actual video. What was that one? Oh, here we go. And this might be, you probably see it a little bit, but I'm trying to blow it up so you could. Now, this is the shooting of Teen Latasha Harlins at the Empire Liquor in 1991. Warning, graphic content. Okay. I'm trying to blow this up real quick. Okay. I think should be able to blow it up. There we go. Now look very close. I know it's kind of blurrish because that's how the cameras looked back then. I don't know. But you could probably see it because you could see her. If you look right here, that's the yellow bitch right here. So now that's Latasha over here now. Just like the movie, and you see Latasha because this bitch grabbed our sister like that, and Latasha was punched her so she can, so she can release her. Here we go. Just like the movie. There you go. Natasha, And she walks away because she thinking she ain't gonna shoot her. She pulls out the gun. She got the gun. Watch this. Oh my God. Now I want people to see how fucked up that is. Just like the movie. Oh, okay. I don't want to play no more. Let me get out of here. That's what she said. That's what they kept playing over and over again. Let me check out your comments real quick. And I'm gonna get Brother Bakari's opinion on what he just saw. Just give me one second. You don't shoot people for okay. Okay. Koreans beat down black women for stealing weaves. If you run a legal biz, you call the police. Right. That's true. Facts. Right. Very disgusting. Very disgusting. Probate. Yeah, she got probation. Yep. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna show that too. I'm gonna show that too. Now, Brother Bakari, what's your thoughts on the video so far before I continue?
Traumatizing. Yes, it will put fear. Shit. Just like the video with George Floyd. They still showing it. And that's why I say black people have short-term memory. Because if we truly had long-term memory, there's no way we would still be patronizing people that treat us this way, treat our women this way, treat our children. She was a child. Treat our children that way. I've heard people, they say they walk around, say it just like they do on the store, on the movies, follow you around the store. Hurry up and buy, hurry up and buy. I heard that's how it's done, for real. I've been in, when I used to eat Chinese food a long time ago, I've heard, and I've walked out a couple because I heard the way they talk to black people. I mean, you don't have to put up with that. That video is absolutely disturbing, but people do the things they do to us because we allow it and we put up with it and we still make them rich. It's almost as if we don't have a standard. We are hoping other people change. The big thing on YouTube, like I always say, everybody scream, get on code, get on code, get on code. You don't get on code. You live by a code. You get on a fucking bus. You live by a code. And if we lived by a code, the stuff that happened to us wouldn't continue to happen. You understand? The purpose of these videos is to put fear in you, is to make you scared. And when they show that, then it is to put black people up there and talk about love everybody. I put it in there for you, Ecclesiastes 3:8. I put it in there for you. When they say it's time for love, time to hate, there's a time for war, and it's a time for war, and it's a time for peace. We have been peaceful. What have they gotten us? What has it gotten us? It hasn't gotten us anything other than more hurt, more trauma, more heartaches, more marching, more chanting, more walking around with signs, more rallies, as they call them. That's all being peaceful has done. It's hard to be peaceful in a violent place. The peaceful people in a violent place, it does not work. The good book say, that's what they call it, the good book, the meek shall inherit the earth. In this country, black people are the meek. And the only thing that the meek has inherited is an ass whooping.
That's right.
We haven't inherited nothing but ass whooping. But videos like that, back then in videos today is designed to keep you scared, to keep you shook, to keep you in that sunken place, to keep you. Well, we still got the love. You still figuring out a way to love the people that kill you. Still figuring out a way to love those people that beat your women. You still figuring out a way to love those people that kill your children. I get it, Mike.
Man, that's powerful, man. It's deep. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole situation. And and like you said, and like over 50 said, she said they play that over and over again, just like the George Floyd. They play that over and over. They keep you in fear. They keep you in fear. They said, Hardcore said, brother, Bakari is right. I know when foreigners act funny with me, they don't get my business. They don't get my business anymore, and I return what I just bought. Yep, that's true. I do that in my. I'm sorry. I do that in my life, but others have no dignity and still buy. That's true. That's true. It's not worth it. Just return that shit. Just like, and don't go back no more. Don't go back no more. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think, but in this situation, that situation, man, like pulling the guns on our children like that, and they said that was the norm. I don't know. As a father, I don't know if somebody had pulled the. See, this is the reason why we need real. That's the reason why fathers has to be in the home. We need real men. If you're going to be fathers, we got to protect our children, man. Because I just can't imagine somebody pulling a gun on my kids. I think I might go in there just and start shooting or something. You know what I mean? Like I might have to be on some gangster shit though. That's it's wrong. Got all these gangbangers. And they allow this to happen. That becomes the norm. Pulling a gun on your babies. The Bloods and Crips over there, they knew about this. They knew about it. They knew about that. And they didn't ride on these people. She said that the sister said that was something they had to get used to. That right there, I never could wrap my head around that. I'm like, you get used to that. I'll be too scared. 15, 16 years old, you're a kid. Like you're not used to some person over a counter had a gun in your face. She said she looked down at the barrel of the gun. And while she was counting her money. That one was willing to take this girl's life because she thought that she was going to run off with some juice or whatever. And Latasha, her attitude was more like, "Oh, you're not going to shoot me. You have pulled the gun on us before, and you haven't shot." And she turned her back. Instantly. She died instantly. I want to show you something. I'm glad that the Hughes brothers had did, even though it's a movie. But the Hughes brothers did a scene, and this is right after the riots. And they basically said, what happened if the tables were reversed? Because now they showing black people fighting back. Because they want black people, and I'm not gonna lie, I saw this movie a lot. I should say a lot. It's to me, I enjoyed it. Menace to Society. Who remember the beginning? Who remember when Old Dog did what he did to the Korean? Who remember that? Yep. Yep. So I'm going to show you this video because being that I was young, I didn't even know why they put this in the movie. I didn't know the whole, at that time, I didn't know why they put this in the movie, but then I found out later that's why they put it in the movie to show black folks, hey, y'all better fight back. Y'all better fight back. And remember, movies are very political. But movies are very political. Movies are very political. When you had all those movies, those minstrel show movies and whatever, those silent movies or whatever, those are very political. How they try to make it seem that African people were from the jungle and they're cannibals and with, or they pretend that we're dumb and stupid. That's political. It's very political. So the masses of people would say it becomes propaganda where they try to control the people and say this is how they are and this is how you should treat them. So so when the Hughes brothers did this, I didn't find nothing wrong with it because I know what they was trying to do. So let's get right into it. And I want to hear Brother Bakar. I know, Brother Bakar, I want to hear your thoughts on this shit, man. This shit was gangster. This shit was gangster. This shit right here was gangster. Oh shit! Let me put this shit right here. Here we go. I love this scene. All right, I'm letting you know now. I love this scene. I think this is one of the best scenes that I like anyway. Okay, here we go. Trying to get this thing blowing up a little bit. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Shit, man, that bitch was down like a motherfucker. Oh, hell no, man. Keisha, she gonna be after my fucking party, niggas. Oh, I'm on my baby. Hear me, though. She, that bitch got my... Yeah, she that body, man. Shit, boy, I'm about to get with her, though.
Now, remind you, this movie came out in 1993. Right after the riots, right after the death of Latasha was in 91. This movie came out in 93. Okay? This movie was directed by the Hughes brothers.
You ain't gotta be creeping. I don't know why you trying to act like you cleaning up. I always think we're gonna steal something. What you want, dog? Go ahead and give me that OE. Oh no, wait. Oh man, I'm from the old school, brother. You know to drink a beer in store. Hey man, I'ma pay you. Hey look, bitch, stop following me around this motherfucker. You getting on my nerves. Hurry up and buy. Fuck up, Yes, hey, leave. Hey man, I said I'ma pay you. Won't you calm your motherfucking nerves? Damn, hurry up and go. Hey man, won't you go ahead and get me, man? I got you, man. Get my change. Hey, won't you give my homeboy his change? I don't want any trouble. Let's get out. Stand, y'all. I feel sorry for your mother. What you say about my mama? You feel sorry for who? I don't want any trouble. Just get out. What the fuck you say about my mama? I don't want any trouble. Just get out. You talking shit. Every time I come in this motherfucker, you got something to say. Yeah. Hey, bring the motherfucking videotape. Give me the motherfucking video. Stop bringing give me the motherfucking videotape right now. Hey, nigga, hey, clean this cash first. Come on. Shut up. Damn.
Damn.
Come on, man. Let's race up, man. Damn. Come on, eat it. Nigga, I thought I told you to open the damn register. Damn, nigga. Go. Open this shit. What the? $6 motherfucking dollars, nigga. I know y'all got some money in this motherfucker somewhere. Just don't even make no damn sense. Now let's just go. That damn radio tell me. I'm gonna keep your shit too. Jackpot. Kill me. Dang this bullshit. See, you ain't gonna talk shit now. Where all the money at, man? Fuck that. Fuck that. Go. Went to the store just to get a beer. Came out an accessory to murder and armed robbery. It was funny like that in here sometimes. You never knew what was gonna happen or when. After.
So I just want to show that. Brother Card, what's your thoughts on that movie, man? Like when you first saw that movie, what was your thoughts on that scene?
I bet you she won't tell nobody else to hurry up and buy. You want to know my exact guys? Hurry up and buy. Well, fuck, I'm spending my money with you. Hurry up and buy. Your mama should be ashamed. But you know, this is the thing. See, this is the thing, right? With me being in the military, I had the opportunity to live in Korea, right? And this is Asian culture, right? What I'm about to say. They will come over here and act like they're better than you. And you go to Korea and look and see how many women just prostitutes, man. You don't see black women doing that stuff that they're doing, bringing their kids in the whole house while they working. I've seen it, and they come here and they think they're better. And some of these black men go over there and act like they've gotten something better. But then when you tell me you're in the military, then you want to stop talking. Because I know you have married a hoe. But they want to come over here and act like they're better. They still run, a lot of those people in those stores, they're indentured servants because it's still legal in their country. At least it was when I was over there. I went over there in 90. When the hell did I go over there? 93, end of 93. I was over there for 365 days. Indentured servitude was still legal over there. Prostitution, and they try to act like, come here and try to act like they're better than black people. It's time for us to put them motherfuckers in check. Pardon my French on your channel. I'm sorry about that, man.
That's all right. Go ahead.
But hey, I said old dog is crazy, but she ain't gonna tell nobody else to hurry up and buy. And he ain't gonna talk about another black person mama. That's what I thought about that scene.
I thought that scene was classic. I mean, and then there was another part in the movie where you actually saw him when they was playing the tape at that man's crib, and they actually showed the footage where you see old dog, and you see the blood coming out the dude's head. You be like, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That, and he said he was bragging about, yo, man, I'm gonna be another Steven Seagal. I'm selling this tape for $5.99. You know what I'm saying? So I you know, like I said, being that I was young, I didn't know I didn't even know they, you know, I was like, damn, they was really doing that, following black people around like that. So, you know, because I'm not out there. I never lived in California, you know what I'm saying, or LA. So it was kind of new to me, you know what I'm saying, being that I was young. It was, you know, that culture that was new to me. But I thanks the Hughes brothers for putting that out there. And you would think that you would have more cases. And these wasn't gangbangers. These wasn't gangbangers. And Erica put up a good point. Let me, what she said. She said, I remember Old Dog was supposed to have been young in this movie. He was young in real life, but he was supposed to be playing a 15 or 16-year-old kid. And yeah, they sold alcohol to minors. They didn't even ask for ID. That's even more. I didn't even think about that. So that just shows you what they thought about our children. They thought that's what they thought about. They didn't even get like, look, I can't sell you. You got to show some ID. I can't sell liquor like, you know, I can't sell it because I get in trouble. I lose my license. They didn't give a shit. But she's right. They sold that, you know, they even sold liquor to minors. So that was the culture. They didn't have no respect. They come among us with this disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what man, he said, man, they don't even make movies like those anymore. That's true, they don't. Because like I said, hardcore, it's movies are political. They don't want to give you idea. I saw the movie. I think I saw that movie like 1,000 times. And it gave me the courage. It was like, yo, there ain't nobody following me in no store. Like, I'm going to be, and that gave black people, but we should, that's what I'm saying. We're visual people. And we need make movies where we become empowered. They always show the big bad white man or the big bad white woman. But when it comes down to us and show us, and they always show us in some negative light, they always show us like as slaves, mammies, bed wenches, you know what I'm saying, butlers, you know what I'm saying? It's never in a strong, powerful position. Or we drug dealers, pimps, prostitutes. You notice that? The majority of the movies that they show us in is always in a negative light. They don't show us being, king and queens and rulers, and they don't even show a movie of Queen Azinga. How she fought against the police. They will never show. I mean, I'm talking about a real blockbuster movie, not something that you just play on some DVD or something like that, or you got to catch it on some, I'm talking about a blockbuster movie, like The Patriot. Okay? Like you said, Brother Bakar, we have always fought back against the enemy. Bloodshed and all. This is the reason why I hated that movie, The Birth of the Nation, with Ned Parker, who was married to a white woman in real life, because he didn't show any bloodshed. I want to see bloodshed. I want to see where our people was cutting their heads. I want to see. The only movie that was a fictional movie was Django. Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. Django was, to me, I thought it was good, but it was fictional. But at the same time, I could say that, hey, there's a black man that's fighting back. But it should be directed by us. That was directed by a white man. It should have been directed by us. I want to see movies where we are put in a position where we are training our people. And that's another thing, only thing I didn't like about Django, where there's always some white person training black people how to fight. There's always this white person that comes save the black man or black woman and training us how to fight, and which is unrealistic because we already know the enemy is not going to train you to kill his own people. And I don't like movies like that. I want to see us training each other, which is more realistic. So let me put this back up, but I want to show you. Let me put this back up real quick. Let me put this back here real quick, because I want this to be a reminder. So All right, welcome, Sheed. We here. Um, Saltine made Django, of course. Yep, yep. And it's that I want to see movies directed and produced by us, and we tell our stories of us fighting back, of us being warriors, and you know, you see more of the big bad white man, the more powerful white man, and this is where white people get courage. This is why white people feel that they're unstoppable. Image, we got to understand that we are visual people. We are visual people. Yeah, we can read books, but we need to see it. We need to see these things come to life. So I want to just show this real quick, because Erica brought this up, and I want to share this, and I'm going to read this. On March 16, 1991, 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was killed by Soon Ja Du at Empire Liquor in South Central Los Angeles. Du who falsely accused Latasha of stealing a bottle of orange juice, shot her in the back of the head. Latasha died while holding $2 intended for the orange juice. Here's the kicker. Du was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter, and she was found guilty. But guess what this white bitch judge did? Judge Joyce Collin gave her probation, 400 years of community service, and a $500 fine. She received no jail time. Latasha's death became one of the leading casualties for the 1992 LA riots. So this is her. This evil. This is the face of evil. This is the face of evil. So when you hear people that come off, our own people that come off saying, well, ain't no Asian done anything to me. I have no problem with Asian. My favorite Asian person was Bruce Lee. Duh. Oh, we Asiatic people. We, when I was in public school, the white man told her we came from the whole world was Asia. And when I went to the Nation of Islam, they taught us about the world was Asia. You don't have no, when you hear our people talk that bullshit, they're not for you. They're not for their people. They're not for you. And I tell people, do not fuck with those people. Do not subscribe to those people. Do not be down with those people. You got people out here supposed to be so pro blackity black because they for all black people. They for black murderers. They for black child molesters. They for the black LGBT, the black feminists. Those are the real blackity black. Because they for all black people. But they wear Chinese outfits. They support Chinese culture. Or Asian, I don't want to say Chinese, but Asian culture. They're not for their people. This is the face of evil. This is the face of evil. Let me read what Hardcore said. The small hats wouldn't let us make any real historical outside of the U.S. films. They shut them all down. Blacks only make hood movies with drugs, drugs and violence, and maybe that is all they are allowed. I agree. Let me tell you something, Hardcore. You hit it right in the bar. That's why I respect Hardcore because, and I want to say this, Hardcore. I respect you because a lot of things that you say, you make a lot of sense. You make a lot of sense, and even though, like I said, even though we might have some disagreements of our ideology and all that, but we click on a lot of things, brother. And you make some excellent points, and I just want to just tell you that I appreciate you. I mean, this goes back to the and maybe Hardcore. I know Brother Bakari know this. Erica's laughing. Erica's laughing. but I think, and I think Umar Johnson has said this too. He said when it comes down to black athletes, they will put them in a private room and they would dictate to them who they should marry, who they should be around with. You see what I'm saying? And this is what they do to our people. They'll tell us, oh yeah, he took a lot of stuff from me too. He took a lot of stuff to me. And then the funny thing about him, I don't want to get too caught up talking about that clown. But the funny thing about it, he repeats everything. He makes mockery for everything I say. And then he turns around and exact the same thing. He said the exact same thing. I'm like, wait a minute, I said that and you made mockery of me and you said the exact same thing. And I remember Brother Bakari said that, hey, you know what? I know that y'all have different, but y'all think almost the same. Y'all said the same thing. But because I'm saying it, he wants to put me down so he can get credit of it. And I think that's what he's doing the same thing to you, Hardcore. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. If he wants to, because I know it confirms the things that I say. So when he says it, like he says, well, I think I saw one video. He said, well, there's no God, I believe in nature. Whoa, wait a minute. I said that. I said that I trust nature. And he made a whole video dissing when I said it. Then he ended up repeating what I said in the video. And I don't, but I'm cool because it just kind of confirms what I said. It just confirms what I said. So I don't have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, give a brother some credit. Give a brother some credit. You take people's wisdom and you say it on a video or you put it in your book, and just give a brother some credit. I'm not your enemy, but they won't do it. They won't do it. Today he said he was going to make people righteous, which shows that he has lied yet again. He said, "Come as you are." Yep, that's religion. That's religion. Damn, what I was. So basically, like I said, damn, I lost a track of thought. Brother McCall, what I was thinking, I lost a track of thought. Damn.
I don't know, like you, man. You went off into y'all start beating up a war. So I was.
Yeah, I know. I just lost the track of thought, man. Shit. Basically, let me see. Hold on. But one thing I noticed that, like I said, I want people to really. Oh, I think it was something. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I got it. Yeah, this is and this goes back to what Hardcore was saying, how when he was talking about the so-called small hats, how they would not allow certain things because and we already know what race they are, and I won't even call them, I'll just say these are racist white folks that just wouldn't allow us to show our greats like they supposed to. They won't let us show our greats. So that way, that's what I'm saying, where we have to start producing, and sometimes we have to connect with people. There's a place called Nollywood in Africa, and sometimes we might have to put our movies and ideas with our people over there, right? So look what Bruce Lee had did when he couldn't make it over here in America. He became famous in China, right? And he became this star, and his movies still was coming over here, and he made money in the United States too. So we don't need these people. We don't need these people because, and you know what the funny thing about it, Bruce Lee was appreciated among his own people. And just like with this evil chick, all her people backed her up. All her people backed her up, supported her, made sure she had money in her defense case. So if you got these people that it doesn't matter what messed up shit that they did with other people and they still got their back, how come we can't do that? How come we can't support our people when they do things? You know, like when with Colin Ferguson, what's his name? I think his name Colin Ferguson, who shot up the
Long Island Railroad.
Long Island Railroad. Our people didn't have his back. And Al Sharpton was like, "Oh, we don't have nothing to do with that," and he put this dude under the bus. Like, dude, like you should have funded him. You should have made sure. No. He was under racism. You got to get him help, but you put this dude under the bus. That's why I didn't respect that dude after that, man. But when they kill one of our babies and they kill one of our people, their people support them. That's facts. So that I do know. We don't support each other like that, and we need to stop going to these racist people who won't allow us to be who we are. They even dictate to us what woman we should be with or what man we should be. You know what I'm saying? Like they tell our women, "Oh no, don't go back to the hood and don't do nothing for your people." They tell us that. They tell our people who's the athlete. They put them in a private room and they tell black people differently what they tell white people. So yeah, when like you said, Brother Bakari, they allow us to use the N-word, but when you start disrespecting this yellow bitch or the small hats or whoever, or they'll shut you down. They'll shut you down. That's what I'm saying. We gotta have our own. It's time to have our own. It's time to have our own. We're just using this thing as a tool to reach enough people so we can. So when it's time to have our own, we could put these motherfuckers out of business. We can put all of these shit out of business. We could do it. It's simple. It's light work. But I don't have a problem, like Malcolm X said, and use these things as a tool. Don't depend on YouTube. I haven't made a video in 10 years. I didn't give a fuck about no YouTube. YouTube don't make me. I didn't start doing YouTube videos since what? Since 2017? But for them 10 years, I stopped doing videos from 2009. You know what I'm saying? I stopped. So I don't depend on YouTube. YouTube don't make me. But you got a lot of black folks. They need YouTube. They it's like crack to them. Oh my God, they took down my videos. Oh, I'm going crazy. Like, I'm gonna sue Google. I'm gonna take Google to court. How do you do that? Come on, man. Come on. And these supposed to be men. These supposed to be men. These supposed to be the so-called, oh, I'm a God. Or I'm a man. But you crying to another man about they taking down your videos. We got to wake up. If you're going to follow soldiers, follow real soldiers and learn from them. Let me read some of your comments. Brother, I'm going to let you speak. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to read some of these comments real quick. Okay. Hardcore said, today he said he was going to, yeah, okay. Right, yep. One of my people said that Bruce Lee's mother was half small hat. Nah. I don't know about that one. I know he was married to a white woman. Khalid Muhammad had Khaled's back. That's true. That's good. That's good. He was the only brother that, yeah, you're right. He was the only brother that had that brother's back. You're right. You're right. That's true. Khalid Muhammad was a real G. That's right. But Al Sharpton, he's pussy. Jesse Jackson, they all pussy. They all cowards. I don't have no respect for none of them. Because when somebody's willing to fight and shoot, they wasn't there. But this bitch could come kill one of our babies and her people come to her rescue. I don't even want to see this bitch face no more, man. I'm tired of this bitch face. Let me turn this back. Let me turn this back to the queen right here. Let me send this back to this beautiful woman, this beautiful girl right here. But I just want to say, check out this documentary. It's on Netflix. Brother McCall, you haven't seen it, check it out, man. It's really deep. So I think that's it for now. Brother McCall, anything that you want to say? Or anything that I said?
You know that Chinaman killed that black dude. That cop walked in the projects in Brooklyn and killed that dude just sitting there unarmed. I think he got like 5 years probation.
Oh, wow.
They didn't march on the streets. Do y'all remember that in the chat? If y'all remember that, hit one. They didn't march they didn't go march in the street and hold up signs. Their damn leaders and stuff went to the damn White House, went to Barry Soweto, better known as Barack Obama, and talked about the situation. Yeah, so man, we just got to understand what we up against.
Oh, let me show, Brother Carl, hold that thought real quick. Hold your thoughts real quick. I want to show this real quick because, when black people, some of our people are looking for a white savior. They're looking for a white savior. We got to be realistic. So I got to show this because this is what Biden, because I want people to understand. I want people to show this. Isn't that what they did to Peter Lee, convicted but no prison time? Wow, they raised money for his defense. That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. Let me show this real quick, bro. Hold that thought, brother Carl. Hold that thought, because I got to show this before I forget. Oh shoot. I want to show this real quick. Just to so the 80% of black folks that voted for Biden. So I asked black people, where's your protection? Biden signs hate crimes bill after attacks on Asian Americans. And you see, who you see? See the vice president, so-called, oh, she's black, she's black, she's black. No, she's Asian. She's Asian. She got y'all votes. She got your votes. She double-crossed you. Okay, so I just want people to understand, where's your protection? You had a so-called black president, and it was worse during his 8 years. It was worse. I mean, almost every week, if it wasn't a white cop, it was a white neighbor killing our children, killing innocent men and women and children, killing out women, innocent men and women and children. And like Brother Bakari said, they already teaching these people how to fight. And I will remember watching the LA Riots documentary where they even you hear it was a Korean radio, and you could hear them talking, and they said, well, the United States government is not going to help us because they got so used of white people backing them up. And they said, no, we got to defend ourselves. We got to defend ourselves. Oh, yeah, she was behind that. Of course. Of course. She had no intentions of helping black folks. She used her skin complexion, or she was trying to, use her name, Kamala, as a way to try to get black votes. So all that dancing and all that celebration got you nowhere. To those 80% of black folks that voted for this sleepy Joe, Jim Crow Joe, they got you nowhere. And look what happened. So Erica Howard, you were right. Camilla, she was behind it. She knew what she was doing. All this was planned. And like I said, if you watch the documentary, I think it's on Netflix as well, the LA riots, you hear them say, no, we got to protect ourselves. The government's not going to help us. And they were calling the police and everything. Yo, where's the protection? White man say, well, you on your own on that. So they are use of white people backing them up. That's their allies. And it's going to get worse. We have seen that over the years. Now that they got protection, it's going to get worse. So I want to show that because there was already, even during the 90s, they was trying to set this. They was gonna pass these laws to protect these monsters. This was already planned. They already planning stuff right now. They plan shit like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? They like right now, they planning shit right now. Like, okay, we're gonna give this a 10-year mark where we're gonna do this to black folks. This shit is crazy. But I want to show that real quick. So, Brother Bakari, you got the floor, and you could close out if you want to. But I just want to say that thought. But you got all the time you need. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I'm good. But yeah, the Asian hate crime bill. Look, man, we have to understand. First, we have to stop looking at the surface of certain. We have to stop looking at the surface of everything. And I say I'm an archaeologist. I like to dig deep. Okay, it came with the Asian hate, Asian hate, Asian hate, right? Then it came with the Asian crime bill. Now you got in some cities where the police department is teaching Asians to defend themselves against the people that's doing Asian hate, which is supposed to be black people. Asian gun ownership is on the rise. All you have to do is just start putting all this stuff together, right? They are honorary white people. We still go give them our money, right? Well, you know what? I'm going to stop calling them Asian because since black people don't want to be called African and we have to be black American, the yellow Americans, because
Yes.
a
Yes.
lot of those people born here, those Chinese people been here for a very long time. So stop. If you're ashamed to be an African, they are y'all black Americans, they yellow Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So for the yellow American community, right? For the yellow American community, right? They are honorary white American, who I consider the real Americans is white people. And I can explain it if anybody want me to explain it. I explain why I say I consider them the real Americans. But uh, we are not prepared to do. We are not prepared for anything. We have not prepared ourselves mentally. We have not prepared ourselves physically. We are not prepared emotionally for what's about to come. See, this pandemic had us in a house thinking of all kind of conspiracies, right? That's just the tip of the iceberg for what about to come down this pipeline for black people. Everybody know that we have been pushed to the bottom of the pole, bottom of the totem pole. And the thing about it, we sat back and allowed that pushing to happen, trying to make friends. I have someone right now talk about how we can be okay with the Asians. No. Have someone we should stand with Palestine. No. I have one focus and one focus only. My focus is global black unity, global African unity. I want black people to learn to work together, get past our differences, and learn to do things together. Even though you're different, even though there's differences, there's gonna all we have to work on the similarities. And if we work on the similarities, we would be okay. Stop looking for the differences. Because when they mess with us, they're not asking you if you're African, if you're Aboriginal, Indigenous, if you're urban Indian, if you're Hebrew, if you're Moor, if you're Kemetic, if you're Nation of Islam, if you're Muslim, whatever it is, all these spiritual things that black folks got going on, they don't ask you none of that. They look and see one thing. We are the ones that's too crazy to look and see that one thing to bring us together. Everybody else see that one thing about us, that's our skin, our features, who we are, and group us together. We are the people that's too crazy to look at our skin, our features, and group ourselves together so we can do better in a land of hate. You understand? In a land of hate. We always marching peacefully. But you can't have peace when there is no peace. You cannot have peace in a violent place. How can you be peaceful? We have a short-term memory that we need to get past. We need to do some healing. We need therapy. But we most definitely need to learn to remember better. Remember who we are. Remember where we come from. And since we right here, right now, remember everything that is happening to us right now. Look what happened to that young brother in Missouri a couple weeks ago. I did a video about it last night. His parents let him go to some white folks' house. His mama, his grandmama. I don't know what the daddy was, but they only talked to the mom and the grandmama. He ended up going with a couple of his white. He ended up dead. Short-term memory. Because if we had a long-term memory, we wouldn't allow kids to be up in no Confederate house talking about he with his friends having a party. Now he's dead, and your friends that he's supposed to be in his friends don't remember what happened. Short-term memory. Mm-hmm. But man, I thank you for allowing me on your panel. This brother Bakari. If you hadn't heard of me before, you heard of me now. My channel is Brother Bakari. If you haven't seen any of my videos, go check them out and smash the subscribe button and that notification bell. I thank y'all for listening.
Oh man, thank you for Brother Bakari. Definitely subscribe to Brother Bakari's channel. He makes some great content. Powerful brother, and I'm glad that he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? So we are family. I want to give a couple of shout outs before I end this live. Let me go run now. I'm going to go to the top here. I want to give a big shout out to KW Dawn 7. Thank you for coming through. Erica Howard, thank you, Queen, for coming through. I appreciate you. Hardcore. I'm sorry. Hard cold. Sorry about that, brother. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Your knowledge and wisdom. Who else? Who else? Over 50 and Fabulous. Thank you. Appreciate you. Who else? Who else? Somebody else that came through here. Shed we here. Cheat we here. Thank you for coming through. What was that? Harsh Harbor. Thank you. Appreciate you. So I want to thank those that came through. And I hope that y'all, learn something from this program, because that's what we here. We here to teach, not preach. We here to teach, not preach. This is not a religious channel, because we do not teach fantasy. We're going to show you the real. So definitely share this program, because this is the truth right here. This is the truth. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. This is Guy Nollywood Jr. I represent the RBG Nation. And we want the right people. We want the right type of African people of unity. We want people that's going to want to build. And I represent the Trinity. And we gotta rebuild the black family, the black man, black woman, and child. We gotta rebuild the black family, because they're doing all this separation now. Even in the media, they want to separate the black man from the black woman and his children, or they always show some black woman with some white man or some yellow man, or they always show the black man with the yellow woman, or what, you know what I'm saying? Or they always show the black kid with, they never show a real strong black family. All right, no problem. So again, I want to thank y'all once again. Appreciate y'all. And thank you, Harsh Harbor. Thank you. So again, peace out. One love. And I'll see you soon. Tomorrow I'm doing a live. Hard cold. I'm doing a live tomorrow. You know I'm going to do it too, right? Okay, you know. You already know. We're going to have fun tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have fun. We're gonna have fun. This is gonna be fun. So tune in tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna just have fun. Hard cold. You're welcome. All right, now you hope my brother CJ come through. I need him too. We're gonna have fun tomorrow. All right. So again, thank y'all for watching. Peace.